Hi. Let me know if my music and my mic are at good levels. Because my mic is a little far away, but I'll try to speak speak up. I need to excuse me. I had to like stuff a bunch of bread down my throat right before stream because I'm like, I'm hungry, but I'm not gonna get a chance to eat. Alright. So this is the first time that I've done a stream like this, so this will be a learning experience for all of us. Hopefully everything looks visible for you guys. And also let me know if there is any issues, because I'm not watching my own stream. Can't really hear any music. Okay, I'll turn it up a little bit. Is that better? Cool. I'm gonna show you guys everything that I use first off before I get into like the technicalities of skinning, especially a snake. So this is my baby. My absolute baby is my Havilon. I love Havilon. They should sponsor me because I love them. Their blades are amazing. So it's basically like a scalpel. This one's stainless steel. I have another one that's plastic, but they're both great. And then I already opened this, but this is the Havilon scalpels that I get, and we use these at work. I use them at home, and I love them, and they're great and amazing and super sharp, and they last way longer than a lot of the other disposable scalpels out there. But regular scalpels will work. I just prefer these because they last longer and I don't go through a bunch. Another cool thing is that you can use just a little tip. You can use a sharpening steel, like what you use for knives, to keep scalpels lasting longer. We do that also a lot at work. I don't have a sharpening steel at home, but I think this will probably at least get through most of the snake. So that's that. And then normally I don't need tweezers, but I'm going to be using tweezers on, I think this is going to be a female, but we'll find out. I'm going to be using these on her face because I want to keep my fingers away from her fangs. Her face is pretty gross, but we'll get to that. So yeah, I got tweezers, and it's mostly just going to be so I can like hold her lip while I'm skinning and I don't have to get my fingers in there. So safety is very important, especially when you're working with 1, dead things, and 2, venomous dead things. A spoon. So cool thing with spoons, and I'm gonna try not to reflect my face in it. Spoons you can use for flushing snakes. Let's see, how would you rate them to something like Swan Morton? I have not personally used Swan Morton, so I can't really compare. I'm just in love with Havilon, so I haven't really tried anything else. But I do recommend trying them, at least. It's also a very comfortable handle. It's like not too big. I like it. And then this is another tool. This is actually a sculpting tool. I use it for when I'm doing like the clay work on an actual taxidermy form, but I'm going to use this for like if I need to pry open the mouth. Ooh, it's really bloody. And that's mostly everything. I've got her in a deep baking tray, but you know, and I recommend having a tray if you're going to be doing it indoors anywhere, because normally I skin in my garage, but I don't want to sit in my garage and I have no way to set this all up in my garage, so I'm doing this on my desk. I'm trying to be as clean as possible. But underneath this, I've got like your regular like painter's drop sheet, like the plastic kind. And then this is just a puppy pee pad. It absorbs blood really well. So it helps with not making a mess. And then I also have some paper towels to the side too if I need to clean up stuff, which I'll probably stick in her mouth because it's pretty bloody. Some background on the snake. I don't know how she was killed, but most likely she was killed by a person. She was gifted to me by my boss, who is a taxidermist. I work at a taxidermy shop. He basically was cleaning out his freezer and he found her at the bottom and he's like, "Here you go, Merry Christmas." And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Because I have not gotten a rattlesnake with a complete head yet. So far, it doesn't look like her head's actually messed up. I really hope not, because I plan to clean it. Like clean the skeleton or the bones in it. We'll find out. We'll find out after my beetles clean it if her head is actually not broken. Because a lot of times I don't. Okay, so preface. I don't condone killing rattlesnakes. They're extremely important members of our ecosystems, and they get a lot of hate and a lot of fear. And I think they're very misunderstood animals, and I think they're very beautiful animals. So it really sucks having like such a big, beautiful rattlesnake get killed for probably no fucking reason. Besides, oh, scary snake and I want to kill it. But so a lot of the rattlesnakes that you're gonna get are probably gonna have their head cut off, which in reality is safer for you, especially if you don't have a lot of experience skinning, or know how to like really handle this area. And that's kind of like, I want to get into, I guess, tips as far as when you do get into it, how to keep yourself safe, which I'm probably going the most dangerous route because I want to keep the fangs in place and everything, because I do plan to clean her skeleton. But like the number one thing people will do is, like, if you're doing a skin mount and you're not mounting for taxidermy, you're just kind of like preserving the skin like flat out. They'll just cut the head off, you know, and it just looks cleaner, and it keeps you safe. You just cut the head off, throw it away, or do something else with it. If you are wanting to skin it for taxidermy, but you don't intend to like eat the skull or anything, you can just like get some pliers and rip the fangs out. Some people will just like clip them, you know, stuff like that. That's another, you know, method. You might be able to take the fangs out and do it in a way that like doesn't break them, but I'm too anxious about that, so I'm not gonna bother. Oh yeah, if she's gravid, I'm not sure if she's gravid, but we'll find out. I don't know for sure if she's female. We'll find out whenever we get down there. But yeah, if she's gravid, that'll be a fun surprise. But yeah, so, and then finally what I'll be doing, and this is my first time skinning a rattlesnake this way. I've skinned a lot of rattlesnakes, but again, they usually do not have their head on them. But I've skinned a lot of animals in general. I'll be using, like I said before, tweezers to kind of keep the lips up while I skin back and not get my fingers anywhere near her fangs. And then once I skin far enough down, I'm gonna just cut her head off, put it in a bag, and put it away for now, so I don't have to worry about it while I'm doing the rest. This is also the first time that I've skinned a rattlesnake specifically for taxidermy, but from my understanding, it's really like relatively simple, and I'll get into like how you would do that versus how you do a skin mount. Because again, usually when people bring in rattlesnakes and stuff at work, they want a skin mount. They don't want to get like a whole taxidermy done, because again, they usually cut the head off. And at that point, it's just like, it's not worth it. So yeah, I'm gonna start. And you guys are absolutely free to ask any questions. It doesn't have to be even about taxidermy, but I'm just gonna clean her mouth out a little bit because it is very bloody. It makes it hard to see what I'm doing. But yeah, we can look in her mouth. But yeah, another thing too is that like their fangs are not out the entire time. Like you have to put some pressure on them to actually get them to poke out. But yeah. So there isn't like as huge of a risk. And from what I understand, and don't quote me on this, because she's been frozen for so long, I mean her venom, she still has venom. Obviously still has venom in her mouth. And also it's dirty anyway because it's a dead animal and a bloody dead animal. The chance of you getting like a full injection if you accidentally poke yourself is a lot less likely, but you still might go to the hospital, and that's why I don't recommend doing this unless you have some experience behind your belt first. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of like trying to blot out as much of that blood as possible. It definitely looks like there's some trauma here, so I really hope that the skull's okay. I'm gonna be really sad if it's not, because I still don't have a rattlesnake skull yet, but I'm gonna put that over there. Are there any animals that are hardest to make taxidermy out of or the most time consuming? Yeah, I think a lot of, so here's the fun thing with fish. Like, I think fish are kind of challenging because they are very thin-skinned, and a lot of fish taxidermy is actually like reproduction. They have like, they don't actually use the skin at all. People like, fishermen will take a photo of their catch, and then they'll go to a taxidermist. Taxidermist orders a form that roughly fits the same like length of the fish that they caught, and then they repaint it based on that. But skin mounts are pretty hard because even after you mount it, you have to like paint the entire fish and get all the colors right. Now let's see, do these snakes lay eggs or have live young? Rattlesnakes have live young. So yeah, whenever the babies come out, they're fully formed. So if we do find some babies in here, they will be little baby snakes. And if we do, I will probably preserve those too. So yeah, so I'm gonna just pull this back. And the face on reptiles are also really hard in general, because there's not a lot of like meat separating. Oh, also she's shedding. That will also happen a lot when you're working with reptiles, is just having old shed come off. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, same with the reptiles, like similar to fish. They're, oh my god, I'm gonna use different tweezers. There's, this is gonna be a problem. I have like these really nice, like little, really sharp tweezers, but I don't know where they are. So we're just gonna work with it. I'll do this. This will work. The head is probably what I'm gonna go slowest on for obvious reasons. Didn't know snakes could have live young. Yeah, there's a couple snakes that do have live young. I think garter snakes do. Don't quote me on that, but I think they do. Also, just a heads up that like normally the head doesn't take this long, but I also want to be very careful about what I'm doing for, again, obvious reasons. But again, there's no reason to like rush things when you're skinning. Let's see, what specimen babies? Oh yeah, boa too. Yeah, so there's no reason to rush unless you're working with something that's like not fresh. Like if you picked up roadkill or something and it's like really gross and getting green, like that's one of the times you kind of want to rush, because the longer you wait, the more likely that the skin's gonna give you problems and then it won't be viable. So far she looks like she's in pretty good condition, so I don't think that's gonna be an issue with her. Oh yeah, I can see her eyes. So pretty. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to take your time. Especially in the face area, because like that's gonna be the most noticeable part of your taxidermy. Like everyone wants to look at the face, or with the rattlesnakes, it's like the face and the rattle. And snakes are really easy to skin, but their face is probably the part that's like the most challenging. Just because again, like there's not a lot of separation between the meat and the bone in this compared to other animals. Let me think, what other animals are hard? Well, a part that I think is hard is like feet. Like I really don't like doing any animal's feet, like paws and stuff. Cause you want to get like as much of the bone out as possible. In like mammals, you'll leave the very last digit of their finger in because that has the claw attached to it. But it gets really tight and it's really easy to make holes. So that's like one thing I really do not like. I don't know why it's like giving me so much. Trying to. Very slippery. We can all learn together with this because I've skinned out snake faces before, but yeah, this is the first time I've done it on a rattlesnake. Oh yeah, birds also. Birds suck. I really want to get better at birds, but they are paper thin. It's like you're skinning a wet paper towel. Yeah, I feel the fang in there. You know where the fang is, so that's all that matters. Like, as long as you are, like, being conscious of where your fingers are and where the pokey bits are, you'll be fine. Yeah, yeah, birds suck. Even though I love bird mounts. Also, another good reason to go slow is that the faster you go, the more likely you're gonna make holes. And I'm still probably gonna make holes, but holes aren't a huge deal. As long as you have everything, you can usually fix it. Sorry if I am a little quiet during the head, because again, I am trying to focus. Trying to not hurt myself. Also, I don't know too much about venomous snake anatomy, but I know that their venom pouches are like in their face, so I'm kind of curious if that's it. So it looks like it connects to their fangs right here. I'm going to also make it easier for you guys to see. Would we zoom in? My manual focus is not great, but hopefully that's a little bit more visible for you. I like how I said I was like, I'm not gonna get my fingers close to the head, and now I'm doing it. But I mean, I'm very familiar where the pointy bits are on their face. It doesn't help that my tweezers will not hold on to this slippery skin. It'll be fine. Oh, there's a hole. I made a hole already. Go down more. What is that? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So right here, that's the those are the heat pits. So oh, sorry. I need to like pay attention. I don't think poison. I think she was probably shot. More than likely. We'll find out as we're like going down. Like it's kind of hard to see any injuries like from because of her pattern, but chances are she was probably shot. But yeah, so they've got like these little heat pits here that help with sensing like predators and prey, and then they've got their nostrils. And not all snakes have those pits. At least they're not made in the same way. And yes, snakeheads are very tedious. But I'd really like to, I would like to taxidermy here. I haven't actually taxidermied any reptiles yet. Trying to find her eyelids without cutting more holes. There's a bone there. Yeah, a lot of taxidermied reptiles are actually freeze-dried. They're not like actual taxidermy. Rattlesnakes get mounted pretty often. We have one at work that I think my boss did. But reptiles are pretty challenging too. They lose a lot of color during the tanning process. So like you'll have to go back in and like repaint all of these like markings and stuff to make them look vibrant again, and that can be really hard for some people, especially if you don't have a lot of like painting experience. I have several reptiles in my freezer, soon to be another unfortunately, and I don't even have the faintest clue what to do with them. I think wet specimens are probably like the easiest thing to do with reptiles. That's what I do with a lot. Like I get a lot of free reptiles from a local pet store. They give them to me. I've been going there for a very long time, so they're like familiar with me enough that they, you know, they'll give me them, which is really cool. Wet specimens are really easy to do. The only downside is that formalin is also pretty dangerous to work with, and you need a good space and good PPE if you're gonna be working with it. Cleaning reptile skeletons and stuff, I really only recommend it if you have beetles. Like domestic beetles like what I have, because maceration, which is what a lot of other people use, and is a totally valid bone cleaning method, doesn't work super well for like really fragile bones that a lot of reptiles have, especially like their face structures, because they have a tendency of falling apart, and rebuilding them sucks. It sucks so much. Let me see. What would you shoot a snake with? Or like a rifle or a shotgun? I don't have a gun. So I honestly don't know a whole lot about hunting because I don't hunt. I don't have anything against it. Just not something I'm interested in doing. There we go. Now we're getting to the island. Maybe probably a shotgun would probably be fine. It really depends on, like, I think the bullet, because depending on what you're using, you're gonna blow a giant hole in it and then ruin it. Because we've gotten people who've brought in animals that they shot with something that they should have not shot with, and it'll have like a giant hole in it that I have to fix, and I'm like, I hate you. Like, I don't know if any of you guys know what a ringtail is. They're related to raccoons and they're super cute. Super, super cute. We had to mount one a few months ago who it was missing a tail. Or no, it wasn't missing a tail, it was missing a leg. Because this guy, like, shot it with, I don't remember what he shot it with, but it just blew the leg off and he still wanted to get it mounted for some reason. We made it work. But yeah. Something else that's really sad that some people will do to like preserve a snake without like what do I say? My card here. What are you? Sometimes they'll freeze the animal, like the snake alive, which is very cruel. Never, ever, ever, ever euthanize a snake by freezing it. Ever. Never do that. But yeah, that's another really unfortunate method that some people use. Just to like preserve it. If they're wanting to get it like mounted or something. And I'm like, ugh. I would rather you just shoot it. Or even like just so many other methods that would probably be better. But fox you laying down with shot. Yeah. The fox is a shotgun. Yeah, I mounted a gray fox at work that had a huge hole in the stomach, and I think the client has shot it with a shotgun, and it just like fucking blew the stomach up, and I was like, what is wrong with you? I mean, I guess you at least know that the animal is definitely dead. Me interesting. I'm like trying to figure out what is bone. There. Yeah, you can see there's the fang hiding in that little skin pocket. But yeah, again, like as long as I'm aware where they are, so I'm just being careful. Taking my time, doing little cuts so I don't cut through a big hole and regret it. Because I have definitely done that before. Oh, there's the eye. That looks so weird. How many snakes have I done before? I would say like 10. I don't get snakes a whole lot. I don't skin a lot of snakes because a lot of the snakes that I get, like personal snakes that I get, I usually just make them into wet specimens because they're like way too little to skin. Because I'll get like a lot of babies and stuff. But I've skinned 3 rattlesnakes, and I have a 4th one I have to skin at work on Monday. I've done a boa. Oh, bye, Stephanie. I've done a boa. I've done a Texas black rat snake, which I still need to dry. I have it currently sitting in alcohol and glycerin, which is one of the methods of quote-unquote tanning snake hide. I don't think it's a true tan, but I mean it works. I have a baby king snake that I want to make into a wet specimen. Yeah, snakes are really easy to do wet specimens but again, you need to have formalin. You'll see a lot of people say that you can do wet specimens with just alcohol, and no, it doesn't work that way. So formalin is a fixative, and alcohol is a preservative. So these are 2 different things. From my understanding, I'm not like super chemistry smart, but I believe that formalin, aka like it's basically a diluted formaldehyde with some other stuff in it, changes the chemical structure of your specimen and I think locks proteins. Don't quote me on that. There's people out there that can explain it way better than me. But it basically holds the pose and like permanently preserves your specimen, keep it from like rotting. And then alcohol again is just a preservative, so it won't it basically eventually your specimen will be preserved to an extent for a certain amount of years, and then it starts rotting. And you may not notice it for several years because it starts internally, and then your specimen's ruined. So alcohol is totally fine for storing your specimen after you formalin fix it, but it's not actually fixing your specimen without formalin. You always have to inject formalin internally as well as soaking them in it, or is it? If you want to be safe, I recommend injecting it too. Really small stuff, you can probably get away with not injecting, depending on what it is. Like if it's something that's like thick skin, I would still inject it. But honestly, anything that's bigger than like a baby mouse, I would probably inject just to be safe. I inject pretty much everything that I preserve, because I just don't want to run the risk of it not being completely fixed. We are slowly making progress. I'm trying to get this. Try not to get blood on my. Try not to get blood on my camera, but. Did you? Oh yeah, I heard that. See how to do this nostril without holes, because I feel bone here. A lot of feeling. There we go. I think that's the nostril. But yeah, the nice thing with like small holes, if you make them, you can pretty much just like fill them in with epoxy when your mount's done and then paint it and nobody will know. The largest wet specimen. I'm currently working on my largest wet specimen. I have a stillborn goat that is pretty well developed. Like it probably was like maybe a few weeks from being born. I currently have it in a 2-gallon jar sitting in, oh, it's sticking to me, stop. I have it in a 2-gallon jar right now. Fucking this up. Oh, that's the... Ha! Okay. I just realized that I didn't cut through the, snakes kind of have like this protective eyelid over their, 1 second. Glove is getting too dry. I need another glove. But yeah, the goat I've been working on, I think it's a male. I don't remember. He's been sitting in formalin for almost 2 months now. I'll probably keep him in it for maybe like 3, maybe 4 months just to be safe. But yeah, the bigger it is, the longer they have to like sit in formalin. I have another baby goat I'm gonna work on that's like the same size. This baby goat I'm keeping, but I think I'm gonna sell the second one. You guys are gonna be amazed how quickly skinning the body of a snake is compared to the head. I mean, again, like, I'm going way slower with his head just to be safe, but... Snakes are like super easy to skin otherwise. I'm trying to pay attention also to my screen to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. Very hard to remember to do that. I'm gonna move. Kind of. It's a little bit more involved than that, but it's still pretty easy. Rabbits can be pretty challenging. Like, the general skinning of their body isn't too bad, but if you're getting them prepped for taxidermy, they're a pain in the ass. Yeah, it definitely looks like she had some trauma here. This part's really, really tough. I'm gonna be so sad though if her skull is like fucked up. Alert while it gets. Aww. Love you, Jess. The little white thing you just cut through are the tendons? Yeah, so that's like cartilage. So there's, this is her nostrils right here. And yeah, that's basically the cartilage just holding like the nostrils in place. When you're skinning anything, like any animal with a nose, you'll be cutting through cartilage. But yeah, the skin on the face is like way tighter than like anywhere else on the body. So snake faces are, I think, the most challenging part of a snake to skin out. Well, actually they are. They're 100% the hardest part of the snake to skin out. Regardless if they're venomous or not. It also doesn't help that her mouth is like very bloody. So it's hard to see what I'm doing, but I'm just going slow. Oh, there goes some of the shed. Get off. Get off. Yeah, I'm just doing little cuts. It just helps to make sure that I don't cut through that thin skin. It's very easy to do on snakes. I will probably do it anyway, because it's hard to avoid. I just gotta hold it here. Where's that? Oh, that's a pit. Yeah, those little ones. Yeah, that's just regular teeth. Oh, there you can see the fang now. Right there. But yeah, those little teeth, that helps like pull their prey like down their throat. The little ones do not have venom in them, it's just the big fangs. Glad you think so. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. I just wasn't sure how people would react to it. Because I want to try to keep this as like educational as possible and being like, I'm not some scary person that like butchers animals or anything like that. I just want you guys to learn because it's cool. I definitely plan on it. And yeah, it is very hard to find good taxidermy videos, especially like well shot ones, because like a lot of these guys are just like filming them in their dark garage. And they have like the worst audio and you just like can't you can't tell what's going on. Bye Raptor! Thank you for stopping by! Ooh, what am I cut through? I very much worry about the condition of this snake skull. Does not look like it's gonna be good, but I'll try anyway. I guess worst case scenario, at least I'll have like the fangs. I just get so sad though whenever like the head is smashed. I'm like, come on. I'm not cutting through anything yet. Also doesn't help that their like skulls are extremely fragile. Like I could probably cut through the bone with my scalpel if I'm not careful. I'll turn on another light real quick. Try not to touch all my stuff with my bloody hands. think I'm almost past, like, the hardest part. The bottom jaw usually is not as bad. Come on. Come on. Is this for a mount? I want to try to mount it, as long as I don't fuck it up. I have not done a, I don't think I've mounted any reptiles yet, so that'd be a good first. Also, like, another thing with reptiles that's kind of hard is that unless it's something that's, like, commonly hunted, like a rattlesnake, there isn't, like, a pre-made form for it. Like, I have this little, like, baby sulcata tortoise hatchling that I was gifted, and I really want to taxidermy it. It's really tiny, which is gonna be a nightmare, in general. But, like, I'm just not sure how to, like, go about it. Versus, like, the rattlesnake, there's so many rattlesnake forms out there. There we go, now it's going. But yeah, even if I can't mount it, I can make it into a skin mount. I just think it would be cool, especially because she's so pretty and she's so big. It's the biggest one that I've personally skinned. I think I'm cutting through the ear hole right now. That's more cartilage. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. It's happening. Man, yeah, look at that. It, like, doesn't look like anything's broken, but it definitely looks like she had trauma on her head. Right. Let's finish her. I'll flip her over. I'll make it a little easier. Throw this away. What's your question? What are your thoughts on novelty taxidermy? Like animals put into death poses. 90% of the time I hate it. I hate novelty taxidermy. Especially because it's like, essentially it's mass produced. And it feels like it's really disrespectful for the animal. I have some exceptions when it's kind of more like artistically done. Like, think of his name. Is it Walter Potter? I think it might be Walter Potter. There's a Victorian taxidermist that does all these kind of anthropomorphic taxidermy that it's all really cute and well done. But a lot of the modern novelty taxidermy just like it's so like rushed and there's like no thought behind it and they all look the same and I just don't I don't like them. Also the venom affected beetles. Nope. If it were poison, maybe. But I think, don't quote me on this, but I think venom is generally okay to consume, but I would not recommend doing it. But the beetles will be fine. But yeah, like, I'm not opposed to, like, artistic taxidermy. But I think a lot of novelty kind of, or like gimmicky type taxidermy, just like, it starts to feel kind of disrespectful. Christina had a question. Oh, let's see. Sorry. If you were skilled enough, could you carve custom? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You can definitely. That's like super normal. So like a lot of times for birds, people usually carve their own forms. And you can also do carcass casting, which we've started dabbling in a little bit at work. Right now we're doing, or we're almost done with it, but we were working on like a aoudad family, so it was like a ram, a ewe, and then like a little baby. And the baby, there's no like baby aoudad taxidermy form, and so we had to like carcass cast parts of the body. Actually, I think almost all of it. My boss sculpted the face. I'll post photos of it once it's like completely done. I think he wants to like wait until everything's together before I really share anything. But yeah. People absolutely make custom forms. It's just definitely like a skill in itself because you know you're sculpting. If you're sculpting, or rather if you're carving it yourself, you know you're sculpting. If you're doing a carcass cast, likewise, you know that takes a lot of skill to do it well. and like pose your animal naturally. And it's very involved. It's like making that baby Aoudad form that we did, like that was a pain in the ass. Like that took days to do. It's also why like a lot of pet taxidermy looks abysmal, especially like cats and dogs, because like they're all so different that there's, you know, not a one-size-fits-all taxidermy form for, you know, cats and dogs, because usually people don't get them taxidermied. And so like a lot of people who decide that they want to try getting into pet taxidermy try to sculpt their own, and then it looks like a potato. So it's definitely it's very much its own skill, which I do not have yet, but I plan to learn. Especially because like eventually, you know, obviously I'm not going to work where I work forever. I never intended to be like a taxidermist full time. It's really more of a hobby for me, but I also kind of like the more educational aspect of it, which I don't do it. I don't get to do that at work, you know? Like at work I'm just like mounting things and not really educating people. But I really want to work on more exotics, like pets, exotic pets and stuff. And so I would have to learn. I'd have to learn how to make my own forms. I also am not opposed to doing cats and dogs one day, but I want to make sure that I am really, really good before I ever offer something like that. What materials are forms made out of? So, classically, old forms, many moons ago, were made out of straw and stuff like that, and like plaster. Modern forms are made out of polyurethane foam, usually at like a 3 to 5 pound weight, which basically foam has different weights, and that's kind of how like soft or like hard it is. So yeah, most modern forms are polyurethane foam. A lot of people also do wrapped bodies, which is a more traditional method of making your own forms, and usually people use wood wool or excelsior, I can't pronounce it, wood wool. They use wood wool, and then they use thread to wrap it, and they kind of sculpt off that. That works really well for like birds or like small mammals and stuff. Definitely not for a snake. But yeah, it's mostly foam. Like a hard foam. It's not something you could like just stick your finger into and it would like indent or anything like that. Oh my god, head's almost done. I'm like so ready to get this head off. Like, I want nothing to do with you right now, head. Honestly, I thought this was gonna be like more scary for me than I anticipated, or like rather I thought it was gonna be scarier, but it's really not that bad. Don't take that as me telling you guys to go skin a rattlesnake head. Please get experience before you do it, and also know where your sharp, bitey bits are. Let's see what else. But yeah, aside from the forms, you'll use clay on the face to sculpt like the details back in, because like there can only be so much detail in a foam form. And you get a lot of control out of like doing the eyelids and like building up certain expressions and stuff, and you do that out of clay on top of the form, which I plan to eventually do some mounting streams too, because I have a skunk that I need to finish. I'm altering it right now because the form is too small for my pelt because I suck at measuring. And I plan on streaming that as long as I get everything I need for it. And then I have a rock squirrel that I very poorly tanned, but I think I'll be able to mount it. Hopefully I can do that one soon too. My boss is being kind enough to add my squirrel form to his taxidermy order because the shipping on a lot of those sites suck. Like, it's super overpriced for fucking foam. Alright. Look at that. It's tricky. Oh. Almost got that head back. I'm gonna go a little further and then I'm gonna cut it off so I can put it away and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Oh, sorry. I have to like keep looking up to make sure that I'm in frame. I am trying. I really wish Twitch would let me stream this stuff on there. I honestly feel like a lot of horror games are like way more graphic than this. I mean, this is kind of gross. Like, normally it's not this bad. They usually do not have this kind of trauma on their head, but work with what you got. Will you bother defleshing the head anymore? I won't bother just because I have a lot of beetles now that it won't be an issue. If you had like a really small colony, then it wouldn't hurt. Also, what I'll probably do, I probably have to change my blade after this. It always blades always hate going through these cross sections. I'll probably air dry it in front of a fan first. It helps like keep it together and lessens the risk of the beetles deciding to like fuck it up, because that can still happen. Like, beetles are definitely like my go-to recommendation for bone cleaning, but like even them, if you leave it in for too long and you're not paying attention, they will run off with things. Come on, Snaky. Trying to find the... Sometimes I'll also just use pliers, like wire cutters, where I'm just like, I don't want to look for the separation. Come on. Where are you? How does one go about asking places to give you dead animals? So, one, I recommend just being honest. Like, don't try to be, like, sneaky about it, because they're just gonna get suspicious. The place that I get mine from, I've actually been a patron of this place for, like, hold on, like, almost 10 years now. Because they're who I get a lot of my tarantulas from. So they know me, and I was just like one day like, hey, what do you guys do with your dead things? And I was like, can I have them? And they're like, yeah. And I guess someone else in Austin also goes to them for their dead things, so I'm like competing with this person to like get their weekly dead things first, which is kind of annoying, but you know, it's fine. I mean, I'm getting it for free, so I can't be mad. There's another pet store here that I recently contacted, and I sent them an email and I explained what I do. I was just like, hi, you know, this is my name. I am a taxidermist professionally, and I'm really interested in preservation work, and I like giving, you know, dead things kind of like a quote-unquote second life. I'm gonna see if I can break this with a fucking spoon. Not what I brought this spoon for, but that's not gonna work. I was like, I know you guys breed a lot of birds and stuff, and I'm really interested in getting better at doing birds. If you guys like don't do anything with the carcasses, like I would love to take them off your hands. And the owner of the pet store like emailed me back, and she said, oh my god, I've never heard this in like the, you know, 50 something years that I've worked here, but like she was like super open to it. I just haven't gotten around to actually like going and like introducing myself. But just be really mindful about how you approach people. Like, don't be creepy. Like, that's, I know it's hard because like taxidermy has a lot of negative stigma. But if you just kind of come from a place of like empathy and like wanting to you know, give those animals, like, don't let those animals go to waste, then I think most stores are gonna understand. Also, a lot of exotic people in general tend to be more fringe too anyway. I'm gonna go get my pliers real quick. I don't want to like slip and fucking hurt myself. 1 second, I'll be right back. I have come back. Gloves on. See what else? Don't bother asking Petco or PetSmart because they have policies that, you know, they can't really just give you their dead animals. But you'll have a lot better luck with like mom and pop type pet stores. You can also ask if you want to get into like wet specimens and stuff. Fish stores are also a really good place to ask. I wouldn't recommend doing anything with fish besides sorry, I'm out of breath. I just ran downstairs, ran back up. I wouldn't recommend doing anything else with fish besides wet specimens. You can do skulls, but I would definitely only do them if you have beetles, or if you learn oxidation, the oxidation method, which I don't have any experience with, and I can't really say anything on that. Oh my God. But yeah, there's the head. There's the top thing. Something the bottom fang, but I do not see it. But yeah, I'm gonna put this in a bag and stop playing with it. Okay. I am a mess. Try not to get my bloody hands on my phone, which is on my Ziploc bag. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so head is going in the bag. And now the stressful part is over. Yay! I'm gonna put a new blade on because I've been cutting through cartilage and scalpels do not like cartilage. Also, if you're gonna get into taxidermy, I recommend getting a little sharps container, which I don't have it upstairs with me, but I have. It's really cute. It looks like a little like red trash can. But I put all my scalpels in there just to be safe. Alright, yay, worst part's over. Okay, so, and now she's on her back, so that's even that's more perfect. Oop, out of the way. So, if you're gonna do a skin mount, which is just whenever, you know, you're having it completely, like, splayed out, I cut from here, oh, that's out of frame. From here all the way down, straight down the middle of the body to the very end, to where like the rattles are, and then you can just like splay it out, and you're gonna flush it, which I'm gonna show you guys how to flush after I finish skinning. I got refocus, there we go. And this is the first time I've skinned for taxidermy. So with taxidermy, you don't want to do that all the way because you're gonna be sewing stuff. And you want to kind of consider what form that you're going to put them on. So like if you're going to do a striking pose, you don't want to be able to see all of that stitching on the bottom because, you know, their head's going to be up or whatever. I wanted to do just like a really like comfortable natural pose, like maybe of her like crawling. They make forms for that. So I want to do that. So it's not too much of a concern with me, but I'd like to keep sewing to a minimum. So I'll probably make actually, let me go back out. Whoop. There we go. I'm probably gonna just make an incision from here to like her vent or something. Yeah, also for needles, definitely. Yeah, basically if you have anything sharp, just get a sharps box. They're really cheap. So yeah, this is gonna be new for all of us probably, because I have not for taxidermy, but I don't think it's going to be too much harder because like when you do it all the way down, it's definitely a lot easier to you know, to skin things, but we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm gonna start with this little niche here, and I recommend cutting from underneath outward. It helps with not cutting into the organs, which I hate doing because they're stinky. And also it lessens like the amount of blood you have to deal with, and if you're dealing with furred animals too, it helps like not cut through fur as much. So we're just gonna go. This is a little awkward for me because usually in my garage I could have her like completely like straight out. She's in a little awkward position right now, but it's fine. I have too much stuff on my desk. I'm gonna be in the way for a second. Oh man, this is like the thickest snake that I have ever skinned. Be interesting to see how well she flushes. Let's see, what else? We can talk about tanning snakes. So there's like two main methods that I see people use, which is either Mackenzie Taxidermy Supply. They sell what's called, it's just called snake tan. I've heard mixed things about it. Some people are like, this is the best thing ever, and other people are like, it sucks and it's overpriced. But I think that's what my boss uses. What I do is I do the alcohol glycerin method, which is what a lot of other people do, and that's basically 50% glycerin, 50% 50% comma 70% isopropyl alcohol. And you just do half and half, and you mix it up, put it in a jar, you put your skin in it, and you shake it up, and you leave it in there for a few weeks depending on the size of your snake. And then if you're doing a skin mount, you're going to basically staple your skin flat to a board, which I can explain more in detail when I finish skinning. And then if you're doing like a mount, then you would just, you know, do the quote-unquote tan, and then you put it, you know, directly on your form. So after I'm done with her and taking measurements, she's just gonna go in the freezer until I can get a form. Alright, I know I said it's better to cut upward, but this positioning is very awkward right now, so I'm just gonna do this. But whenever you pull it, also another tip is like if you pull it up while you're cutting, it helps like keep your scalpel from like getting into the organ cavity and stuff. I try to keep this together because you can see that like this has like a very like thin membrane around it that keeps like the organs in. It helps. It helps to not puncture that, especially with smell. Because even if you're working with a fresh animal, if you puncture like their stomach or their like intestines, it smells bad. I mean, you know that poop smells bad. Now you got poop and dead things, so you know. I like to keep the stink to a minimum, especially when I'm in my house. I don't like skinning in the house at all, just because skinning is messy. But if I can help it, I don't want more mess. I'm probably gonna skin down to her vent, and then we'll see if we can try like inverting. Oh, there. Oh yeah, gallbladder. Ugh. Ugh. This is very gross. Okay, now the easy part. This is what I like doing because it's easy. Because you can just follow along the rib cage, along the snake, And their skin is relatively thick. Like, you don't have, I'm not barely putting pressure on this, and it's separating. But yeah, you can see how significantly faster this is compared to the head. This is fatty though. This is all fat, white stuff. So we will find out if she's officially a girl when I get down here, because that's where the hemipenes are for snakes. Snakes have 2 penises. I can get the heart out. I like to wet preserve the hearts because I always think the hearts are kind of cute. But I'll do that after I get I get the skin out because I'd rather make a mess at the end. Oh yeah, like you can see there's a bunch of blood pooling over here. I'm gonna move my stuff over there. Oops. Also grab a paper towel. Difficult to stitch up after, honestly, snakes aren't that bad for stitching. I think the harder part though is just hiding the stitches in snakes. Because they don't have like fur to cover it up. Ooh, some blood in there. Oh, stinks. Apparently I punctured something, or there's a bullet wound, which, I mean, we'll find out. Probably where the blood is coming from. Speaker. Yeah, it's very squishy on the inside in comparison. Oh man, it's gonna be a mess to put down two puppy pads. Fine, it's in a tray, so at least there's that. Yeah, I have a feeling that if she was shot, it's probably gonna be back here where all this blood is pooling, because I have not punctured anything. Or at least I personally have not punctured anything. Very interested. I'm just like, I don't know what all this is. I know some snake anatomy. I do not know all snake anatomy. That's stuff that I need to learn too. It would make my streams even more educational. I can look up a diagram and we can go through it together after I get the skin off. Also, sorry that I'm not always in focus. When I put autofocus on, it just like constantly tries focusing and it looks really annoying. So I just have manual focus on. Perfect. Get the tail first and then work our way back up. It's a boy! On a girl this whole time. Yeah, so... See. Watch, it's gonna get me demonetized. I'm sure I'm already gonna get demonetized. Let's see. Anatomy! Yeah, so that's the base of the hemipenes. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not, actually. Hold on. We'll find out. Find out when I finish skinning them. This is a Western Diamondback. Okay. There we go. But yes, she is a Western Diamondback. She, it, he, them. They are. That's another important thing is also, people who kill rattlesnakes need to know what they are killing because we have a lot of protected rattlesnakes too. Like Western Diamondbacks are, I think, pretty okay to hunt, which I don't know if I'd call it hunting. But I think the Eastern Diamondback is going to be listed pretty soon. I know timber rattlesnakes are protected in a few states. Also, something to be mindful of if anybody is wanting to get like a rattlesnake, like a specimen or something to work on, or if they just want to buy like an already done taxidermy. Know that a lot of them come from rattlesnake roundups, which are extremely cruel. If you're not familiar with them, because they're a very southern thing. I think it's mostly in Oklahoma and Texas, but just for a little education, is rattlesnake roundups are like this big like fair that is pretty much all about killing rattlesnakes. It's very fucked up. I think the biggest one happens in Sweetwater, Texas. At least one of the bigger ones. But basically, they have a bunch of guys go out and gas like rattlesnake dens. So the snakes come out, and then they capture as much as they can, and then they put them in a pit, and then they fucking kill them all. And so, like, a lot of the rattlesnakes, like the taxidermy, especially like the mass-produced rattlesnakes that I think are mostly freeze-dried, they're not even actually taxidermy, are sourced through those roundups. So that's something to be mindful of if you plan on, like, buying a specimen or something from somebody. Ask them how it died. And I'm not opposed to people doing some population control on rattlesnakes, but that is not what the rattlesnake roundups are. They are not population control. That's just like, it's so cruel. I hate it. I hate it so much. Yeah, the rattlesnake festivals are awful, awful, awful. I really love rattlesnakes. I think they're very, very unjustly demonized, you know? Very few people actually get killed by rattlesnakes. You're more likely to get killed by a dog. If you leave them alone, then they're not gonna bite you. Don't step on them. They give you a warning. They literally give you a warning. They don't step on me. Leave me alone. Oh, I'm gone? Something happened? Talking about my rattlesnake. Hold on. Is it okay? Am I still okay? That's that I'm still alive, but also you guys are scaring me. I'm back? Okay. Still alive? Okay, okay, okay. Making sure. I gotta put new gloves on. Oh, I made a hole! Where? Oh my god. Got to cut around the butthole. I see where I'm at. There we go. Okay. But yeah, anyway, I love rattlesnakes. I think they're cool. And I don't like people killing them for stupid reasons. Trying to see what I'm doing. Come on, snake. My leg is itchy, but I don't want to take my gloves off again. Just itch myself with my scalpel. But yeah, the cool thing with skinning snakes is that you don't have to put a lot of pressure. So you can see where, like, you can see the color, like that's the skin, and then that's, you know, the membrane that's, you know, connecting it to the carcass, and, you know, you can just lightly scalpel it and it comes apart. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. We'll look at the heart once I get this gone in a way. and have a little live science dissection. And we'll all learn, because I actually have not looked too deeply into snake anatomy. Like, I know where the pointy bits are, and that's all I need to know. Even though I have pet snakes. Oh, also, this is the cloaca. It's their everything hole, like birds. Um, um. Yeah, when I'm at work, and I have time when I'm skinning things, I try to save the heart, because, like, they throw out the carcass, and, you know, I could take all the carcasses home with me, but I also don't have room for a bunch of animal carcasses in my dead stuff freezers. But I definitely like seeing just, like, the differences between animal hearts also. Also, they're just cute. Hearts are cute. Vagina. Yeah, basically. That's also a very annoying place to get around. How has everybody's week been? Did you do anything fun so far? Or have a good Saturday? I did nothing today. I just, like, stressed out about streaming this and getting ready for it. Oh, another fun fact about rattlesnakes is that, so you hear a lot of times that people are like, oh, you can tell the age of a rattlesnake by the amount of rattles it has. That's not true. Because they can break off at any time. Because this is basically just like a buildup of shed. And they can break off, and so if they're broken, then it's not an accurate way to tell how old they are. I mean, obviously the snake is very large, so she or he was probably pretty good. Had a pretty good life, hopefully. Aside from being killed, unfortunately. And I am making a mess right here, trying to figure out what I'm looking at. Come on. There. I'm also not used to skinning snakes, like inverting them to skin them, because again, I usually cut all the way straight down, but because I am skinning them for taxidermy, I'm trying to limit the amount of sewing that I need to do later. Because I hate sewing. I hate it. It's so annoying for taxidermy. And yet, that is something that I do every day. My boss always makes me do the sewing because he also hates it. Another cool thing is that, like, honestly, a lot of the snake you can kind of just, like, skin by hand. Once you have it going, pretty easy to separate. I just be careful of holes, because you will make those holes bigger. I'm gonna do this. Please don't make a mess. I don't want blood on me. See, my experiments worked this week, so I'm... Oh, good! That's great! What experiments were you doing? If that is something that's not, NDA. Drink water. Give me your water. Water. Ah. I hair in my mouth. Eh. Oof. Stinky. I feel like snakes smell like a mix of, like, they're kind of fishy smelling, but also kind of poopy smelling. I think it's the musk. was looking to see if there are any markers of heart damage in tadpole blood, and I found that one, so I was looking for. Oh, cool! They've been exposed to chemotherapy. Oh, wow. That sounds very useful. That's awesome. I do not have a science background at all, but I love science. I think it's amazing. I'm like so scared of breaking these rattles. Actually, maybe okay. Maybe it is. Can't tell if this is sex of this snake. When I've skinned males before, I was able to see like the hemipenes right away, but maybe this is female. Have I ever eaten snake meat? I have not. I have had alligator. I think that's the only reptile that I've eaten is alligator, but I have not had snake. I'm not opposed to trying it, but I would want to know that it's fresh, because I'm pretty sure this snake has been in my boss's freezer for like a couple years now. I'm like, I wouldn't trust that. They don't really have a lot of meat on them, but I mean, if you're gonna kill something, you should eat it. If it's edible. I've heard people eat rattlesnake. Oh, huh. Okay, yeah, a retic would make sense. Because, they're fucking big. And they're invasive in a lot of places. So, a good, multi-use for them. Alright, come on. Fail. Ugh, stinky. I would like this to be over with. I wonder how how my snakes feel, because I'm skinning this in my study, which is also where all my snakes are. Traumatizing them. That took a second. Can't wait to show you guys the spoon trick for flushing. I only just discovered it and I love it, even though I think that's what everybody does. I'm just behind. I have to wait until I get the meat off. Oh my god, every time I hear the rattle like crinkle, I'm like, please don't break. Oh my god, I would be so sad if I put all this work into it and then I break the rattles. Python fillet, 59 euros per kilo, which is... Ah, jeez! Expensive. Better be good at that price. I wonder how expensive snake meat is in like Florida, where they're just like covered in fucking pythons. Oh my god, Tail, you are taking so much longer doing it this way. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, I think I'm almost to the tip of the tail. Like right there. Oh yeah. Alligator and ostrich is pretty common here. Well, common-ish here in Texas. I have not seen zebra offered yet. And I feel like people would throw a fit if someone tried selling horse meat, but I'm sure it happens. Hi, Mika. Sorry, I can't take the beans. What do you mean? Sorry, I can't take the beans. I don't know what you're talking about, Mika. The raw chicken beans. Are you talking about the snake? I'll feed it to you for dinner tonight. Are you talking about this? Oh, my sweet boy. Yeah, that's fat. Wonder when she was taken. Or he. Still don't know yet. Them. Nika, you're my mod. You have to stay here and watch. You're also my fiance. You're supposed to support me by watching my streams. I'm almost at the tip of the tail. Come on. Honestly, skinning the tail of like any animal makes me nervous, especially when you get to the tip, because that's a good place to break the tail off, because it happens. I have done it. I have a domestic bunny that I recently tanned. It was like one of the first times I've tanned something, and I think whenever I was skinning it, I think I like ripped the tail off on accident. I need to sew it back on. That's the rattle. I'll find out. Nice. Okay, there, tail done. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And now we continue the other way. That, so I don't stab myself. Normally, on a smaller snake, I can just like skin. I can pretty much separate the entire thing by hand like this. It's a little harder with this because, thick. Not get my hand around it all the way, and I'm also trying not to squish organs everywhere. But, oh my god, I'm gonna be so upset if I get this shit all over my desk. I probably should chill out a little. Alright. Skin the rest like normal. Just a little more. Just a little more. Yeah, the rib texture is very neat. I like it a lot. Let's see. I want to turn this over to make it easier for me to skin it, but I know all this, like, all the organs are just gonna, like, plop out, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to deal with that. I might just have to suck it up, though, and deal with it. Oh, it smells stinky. Let's I can turn it like that. Tubing it is so much harder than what I normally do, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so annoying. See if I can. I'm making such a mess. Need to separate that. I want you coming along. On you. Stay with the rest, please. Right. Oh, maybe. Maybe the snake will be kind to me and just let me tube it without problem. Find out. Oh, that's too slippery. I'm gonna cut myself on one of these ribs. I've done that before, and it hurts. Snake ribs are sharp. It is very satisfying to do, honestly. Like, that's why I really like skinning snakes. But it's way harder to do on a big snake like this. So I can usually like tube them in like less than an hour easily, but I've been streaming for 2.5 hours now. Snakes. They're giving me problems. I put my scalpel away before I slip and I cut myself. I have done that too. Always know where your sharp things are. Because cutting yourself with a scalpel sucks. I have a scar on my finger from doing that. Oh, gross. Over there. Oh, this is so thick compared to my other snakes. My wrist hurt. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Stop giving me shit. Let me. Yeah. I think it mostly gets held up to where it's attached to the spine. There's not like a lot of meat in between the spine and the skin. Ew. Thanks for stopping by, Half. I hope you have a good rest of your night and the rest of your weekend. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Even as I struggle right now. Also, just a reminder for everybody that the stream will be archived. So if you can't watch the whole thing, that is totally fine. It'll be up as long as YouTube doesn't give me shit over it, which I don't think they will, because I've seen a lot worse on here.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
I need the snake. Stop giving me problems. Oh my god, come on. No. Oh my god. Oh, what's there? Oh, what's there? Scalpel. Ah. I'm using what little strength I have. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Just do not want this to like fling out when I get to the end. Alright. Oh yeah, definitely looks like it was shot. Oh, I think that's how it died. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Come on. What was it? That's so high. There for a second, I was like, that must. Okay. Alright, I think I have successfully skinned the snake. Alright, I'm gonna put skin to the side so we can go through the body cavity. And I'm gonna just... Oh my god, this is so long. This is gonna be kind of annoying to flush. Alright, there we go. You can sit. Could have brought more more bags. Alright, you just sit in that corner right there. We're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at the body. I'm gonna pull up, let me pull up a diagram real quick. Snake diagram. Oh my god, ow! Hit my knee. One freshly peeled snake. Alright, let's see. Snake anatomy. Water is so good. Oh man, all these diagrams suck. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, this... Alright, well, we'll explore together. Let's see. This is the top, the head. So we got our trachea. Also, I'm gonna remove all the organs too, because I like saving. I clean all the bones when I can. Because one, it's good food for my beetles, and two, they're good for jewelry making. Also, degutting snakes is so easy. It's like it just comes out. Like you can see it just. Woo! Okay, let's see. What is this? Long thing. What are you? Oh. Okay. So I think this thing right here is the stomach. And then... Did I miss the heart? Where's the heart? Hold on. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Heart should be here somewhere. Okay. See what we got here. We'll open it up and it's gonna be stinky for me. Oh wait, is that the heart? No, not it. What am I looking at? Okay, that. Man, I don't know. I don't know my snake anatomy. This just looks like a bunch of organs. Yeah, trachea to lung, because the trachea came all the way down this. And I think this pink thing... Long pink thing I think is this... maybe the stomach. And maybe that's the left lung? Whoa, okay, so they... What am I looking at? Fuck. Or maybe it's the heart. We need a snake expert in here. Help us. See, this might be some part. See. I'm taking you out. Let's come out of here. Try not to cut through you. Oops, I cut through it. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a heart. There it is. Heart. Very dark. Bleeding. We'll save it though. Whoa, wait, what? That's part of the... trachea, maybe? Oh. Anyway, where's the heart? Hi, Zen! Yeah, you just came towards the end. I already got the skin off, but we're doing a dissection and learning because I don't know much about snake anatomy. We're working our way down. So let's see, we got this big pink thing. Maybe this is maybe that's the stomach. I feel like that would make more sense. I want to open it, but I know it's gonna smell awful. Every single time that I've like punctured a stomach when I'm skinning has always been awful, but I'm also very curious. What if there's like a little mouse or a surprise? Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll open it. I'm probably gonna regret this. There's all this. Pink. The problem is like all the diagrams that are on Google are like awful. They're like drawn and not really okay. Oh, maybe this might be the liver. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the liver actually. Because I'm not seeing anything inside it. Yeah, okay. I vote liver for this. Just need to get it out of the way, please. Okay. So, I think it's the liver. Move it out of the way. I can cut it out. Get over there. Get over there. That might be... I think this is the right lung. This long thing. I will also open it up. Okay. Okay. Oh, maybe it's... Maybe the stomach. Come on. What do you got in here? Or not. Ew. Gross. Yeah, I think that's the lung. Okay. So we found a lung. I'm gonna try to cut it out of here. Also, it is the stomach, but it's a very empty stomach if it is. Oh no, I'm bleeding everywhere. Well, I'm not bleeding. Snake's bleeding. Let's see. Onward! Down the body! See, this is my very scientific dissection. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. I think we're coming up on the gallbladder and the pancreas. I'm just gonna cut through this. Oh, there's some more fat. Ooh! What did I cut open? I don't know. Maybe another lung? Go over there. Out of the way. Okay, let's see. Got more fat. So yeah, all this stuff is fat. Oh yeah, sorry. I put my big VTuber head out of the way. Oh my god, come on. This is gonna be so annoying. Clean up later. Okay. Let's see. Got a little green thing, which I think that's the gallbladder, right? I remember. We got a little thing here, which one of these is the pancreas and one of them is the gallbladder. I can get it out. Come on. Don't worry, I'll bring it out once I can cut it. Come on. Come. There. Okay. So yeah, we got two things here. Drawings show that the gallbladder is bigger. No, pancreas is bigger than the gallbladder. So maybe that's pancreas and that's the gallbladder. I don't know. What do you guys? If it's green, you think it's gallbladder? Okay, then this is probably the gallbladder then, and then that's pancreas. I don't know. I'm moving it. Let's come over here. Okay, keep going. See what else. Coming up on the small intestines and kidney apparently is super long. Did I just like miss the stomach, or is the stomach down here? I don't know. Whoa. Those sure are things. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about this. I'm like, yeah, these are things. Okay, come on. I feel really bad for anybody who just like comes in here out of context, but I feel like my thumbnail is warning enough. Ew, okay. Oh god, I hate that noise. You guys probably can't hear it on mic, but okay, this is a pink thing. Oh, that looks like intestines. Okay, so I think that's the small intestines. I guess I just like... Something was the stomach, I guess. It just didn't have anything in it. Okay, so yeah, that looks like small intestines. Spleen? Let me see. Oh yeah, I guess the spleen was also over where the gallbladder and pancreas were. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. So yeah, we got small intestines. Keeps going, keeps going. I'm just gonna pull this all out. Come on. Oh, if there's some snake poopy. Okay, let's see. Then yeah, small intestines, and I think this is the large intestine. Ooh, yeah, that's a large intestine. I'm not opening that. That's definitely gonna smell bad. And then we're at the bottom. I still have not been able to find out if this is a boy or a girl. Let's see. Let me. If it was male, I think it would be right here. Ooh, making something bleed. Sir, you are male. Where are your hemipenes? Yeah, I think this is a male. Oh yeah, yeah, this is a male. There you go. There's some snake peepees. Ew, this looks gross. Alright, I'm just cut that off. Okay, okay. Give me a second. I'm going to clean up this a little bit because this is a mess. And I am done playing around in the organs right now. That's what my trash bag's for. Perfect. Hopefully I hope I do not get any of this on the floor. Alright, come on. Oy. Very carefully. Come on. Woo, okay. There. Oh, stop it. Okay. It stresses me out so much because I'm just like, I really do not want to get this anywhere. I'm gonna grab some Ziploc bags real quick and then I will flush the skin and we will call it a night. So be right back real quick. I'm gonna put the carcass in a trash bag and I'm gonna put a new puppy pad down. And then I'm going to flush the skin and then we will be done. Okay, let's see. See if I can do this without making an awful mess. Oh, I'm so scared. Okay, come on. Just behave. Go in the trash bag for me, please. Don't make a mess. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Okay. Then a Ziploc bag for cat. I put my gloves back on and sit down. Put the heart with the head. I'm just gonna formalin fix that after stream. Go back there. Go over here. Oh. Around. Oh my god, okay. Last part. Almost done. Yay. Okay. So, flushing. It's very easy for snakes. Need a spoon. And I need to focus it. There we go. Oh yeah, it's literally just scooping the meat off and the fat off. Let's start down here and work our way up. I also have to be careful right here because that's where all the we have the rattles under here, so I can't put too much pressure on it, but I'll just pull the meat off here with my hands. And once we're past that, I can use my spoon again. Flushing is a really important part of taxidermy in general. Like if the skin is too thick, then like the tanning stuff won't penetrate it very well. And also it just gets kind of gross because it's meat. It's a lot more likely to attract bugs too, and you don't want that. Also, little scissors work very well too for doing this. Oh yeah, yeah. Snakes are really, really easy to flush. I would not want to do the entire thing by hand, but you probably could. I don't know if you could do it with your gloves on though, because some of this is a little hard to grab. But yeah, flushing reptiles is like way, way easier than mammals. I hate flushing mammals so much. And I would say birds would be easy if their skin wasn't so, like, paper thin. I feel like reptile skin is, like, just right. That's kind of where the tubing gets a little annoying, but it's fine. Yeah, the vent part is always kind of tricky because there's a lot of meat there. That's kind of hard to get through. But this is where I would probably take like my little. I have some tiny scissors. I don't have it with me right now, but like I just kind of clip that meat off right there, where I can't really get the spoon in. Then move on out over there. If this will behave. Ew. Poop remnants. Also, if you have any holes, be mindful of your holes when you're doing this, because you will make them bigger. Also, your wrist is gonna hurt. How would you tan mammal skin? So mammals, you would need to get some tanning solution. I like Riddle's Easy 100 and Crotan, which is Krowtann. I don't have a ton of experience with tanning yet, but there's different kinds of tans. There's like a brush-on tan, and then there's a like liquid tan, like a submergible tan. And the former is considered not a true tan, but a lot of people use it. I mean, it works. It's just different chemical processes. But I just got into tanning, so I'm probably not the best person to explain the method, but the basic information is just like you would skin it and then you try to flush it as best as you can. It's okay if you don't like flush it like super perfect yet. And then you salt it, and the salt kind of like locks in the hair and gets a lot of the moisture out. And you put it into a chemical pickle, and then you let it soak in there for a few days, take it out, you flush it, like do your final flushing, or try to get as thin as possible. And then you neutralize it, and then it goes into your tanning solution. And then after that, you can oil it and make it soft by breaking it in, which is just like stretching it by hand. Or it'll be considered wet tan, where you can just like mount it like right then and there. And if you're not ready to mount it, you can just throw it in the freezer until you're ready. Any ideas on cause of death? I think she was shot. There's some little holes that were not by me. Right there, and there, and there. We'll look at it closer once I flip her like inside out or right side out. Oh, I keep saying he. Oh, it's fine. They're easy to miss. They're very little. Forgetting it is a big boy. Do you ever find parasites when you're preparing a specimen? Yes, I have. It's usually botflies. And deer. Deer get botflies a lot, and they're very gross. They'll be like in their nose and stuff. I prepared like a bunch of spotted skunk skulls a while back. And there is a parasite that is extremely common in them that lives in their nasal cavity. I can't pronounce it. It's really hard to say. But yeah, those are... seen those. Otherwise, I have not seen any like noticeable parasites. I think at some point though, I'd like to get a microscope. I think that'd be fun to play around with. Are being difficult. Come on. I think this is like a blood vessel, but it's very annoying to get off. It's very on there. Oh, come on. Let's see, do all the specimens you work with come pre-frozen or, it's a bit of both. The stuff I get from the pet store is almost always frozen. Stuff from work can be kind of either or, like, if we, sometimes I'll get to take home, like, skulls and stuff from animals that, we're skinning for like taxidermy, and then like the hunters just don't want the heads or whatever, and so in like those cases they'll still be fresh. But yeah, it entirely depends. If I'm giving anything to my beetles though, I like to freeze it first, just to kill off any potential parasites or like fly eggs and stuff, because I do not like dealing with flies at all. But I usually recommend everybody should freeze like anything that they're working on before doing anything with it, just for their own safety too. Freezing won't kill like every single bacteria and parasite out there, but it'll help. I don't know why this little blood vessel is being a pain in my side. But yeah, like another reason too, a lot of times my boss will make me work on things that are like have not been pre-frozen. Like, I mean, they're probably almost never pre-frozen when it's stuff I have to skin at work, but Like, I've skinned out, like, coyotes and foxes and stuff at work that still have, like, live fleas on them. And I'm like, I don't want to bring fleas home. Oh my god. So yeah, that's, like, a base reason to freeze your stuff, so you don't get fleas. I mean, that's not really an issue so much with snakes, but, you know. Also, I'll come back around and get things that I missed. I'm just trying to get the bulk of it off. Now you're coming off. Okay. See how it is. Yeah, that too. That's definitely worthwhile. Also why everyone please wear gloves. At least make a habit of wearing gloves. I know some people don't, and I sometimes I have like chose to not wear gloves because like my hands are just, or the gloves are just like in the way, and I'm like, oh, I want to get this done. But I recommend gloves. I get big packs of them from Costco. Oh my god, I got meat on my phone. Ew. I have to clean. I have so much that I need to like sanitize after this. God. I'm hoping eventually I'll be able to like just have a space in my garage that I can easily set streams up for when I'm doing things like this. I don't have a ton of room for myself in my garage right now because my dad rents my garage to store his truck that he's building, and it takes up a ton of space. But he's planning to move it to a painting booth pretty soon, so I think I will have my garage back. This puppy pad thing is like both a great idea and a terrible idea. The snake keeps sticking to it. Which is not very helpful. Very tempted to just go straight into the metal pan, but you know, whatever. For the head, I'm probably not. What is this? The head, I'll probably do more detail flushing when I'm ready to mount it. This is where I would probably go in and again use like the little scissors and stuff just to clean it up more. Especially because like there's a lot more holes in the face. I don't want to like fuck up. Whoa, look at those scales. So pretty. But yeah, I'm just gonna do a rough flush for now, but I think you guys kind of get the idea. Mainly just want to get off as much meat as you possibly can. If you have like a little bit, it's not the end of the world, but I would suggest getting off if you can. Also, another thing that's kind of different with reptiles and mammals is that when you're skinning out mammals' faces, they're gonna actually have a lot of extra skin that you want to save in order to tuck it into the form. Skin's a little different. There's not a whole lot of like tucking. It's kind of just like directly attached to their face. But it doesn't hurt to leave a little bit to help. But yeah, like a lot of that is probably gonna get cut off. But yeah, what I'm doing right now, here, I'll grab my camera. I'm sorry, the camera. Not mean to make. Conscious. You guys can see it. What I'm doing right now is called turning. And so in a lot of, oh, pretty much all animals that you're gonna prep, their skin is like attached. Like let's say this is the outer lip and this is the inner lip, and you're trying to like slice right in between it so it lays flat like that. If that makes sense. I think eventually I'm gonna draw like a diagram because it's one of those things that you kind of have to like learn through doing. But when you're working on a form on the mouth, you're gonna make like a slit in the form, and that's where you're going to tuck in that skin, and that holds the lip in place while it dries. A lot of times with reptiles, they're not going to have a lot of that tucking skin. So you're just going to have to use some really good hide paste and just hope that it stays in place. And you can use like pins and stuff to hold it in place, but just be conscious that like any pin you use, you're going to have to fill that hole. Especially if it's like noticeable. If it's not noticeable, then like, you know, do whatever you want, but Also, this lip turning, you do want to do a little bit of it before you tan, but you don't have to go like all the way until you're ready to mount, and then you do the like final prepping on your hide. And then you can see that there's some extra meat there, and that's just something that you're gonna wanna thin out, which is really hard on this little snake. Well, I mean, the snake's not little. Their face is little. I usually work on like large ungulates at work. So, you know, like deer and elk and like African animals. Not something so little. Prepping smaller stuff I think is harder. And this is also something that you'll kind of learn with practice. You're gonna make holes, and I still make holes, and I'm probably gonna make a hole. But you'll learn how like deep you have to cut without actually like cutting through. But yeah, this is like one of the times where I really do not want to wear my my glove right now. It's very dry. I don't have a spray bottle or anything. Back. Sorry that sometimes it's out of focus. I'm trying to pay attention so I can refocus it for you guys. You know what I say? I already made a hole. I did it. Ooh, you are a mess. Yeah, stuff like this I'm probably gonna mess with later just because there's a lot going on with this face. But I will try to scoop off what I can. I have to fix my... Oh, no. There. Another thing too is that you don't always have to do all of this in one sitting either. As long as like it's not rotting, it's okay to throw it back in the fridge and come back to it, which I'm probably gonna do pretty soon because I'm tired. This stream's going on for almost 4 hours. I always like greatly underestimate how long some stuff takes me. Because it's like sometimes they'll go like super easy and everything just works out perfectly, and then other days it's like, haha, it's gonna take you twice as long for no reason.
Liftoff of mission 41B, the first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Yeah, please stop sticking. Would really appreciate that. Stop. Let's... Fine. This actually work. Is it weird that this makes me kind of hungry for like fish? Picking! Stop. I'm gonna put this on the metal. It keeps sticking. It's driving me crazy. It's gonna be fine because I can clean this. Where was I? Oh no, now I'm scratching the pan. It's fine. Maybe I can do the bottom. That'll be better. Not really, but it's fine. Oh. I think I'm going to finish this off stream because it's gonna take me forever and I need a break. But I think you guys get the idea. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. Get this last scoop, and I will explain what to do from there. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this back in the fridge, and then I'm gonna keep scooping tomorrow. Here, I'll turn him inside out so we can look at him. Now that he is almost done. Get his tail out. Oh, look at that. Alright, let's see. Let's look at him. I will clean this after. Oops. Ta-da! Come on. Oh my god, my head. Face is a little dirty, but it's fine. I will clean it up. Alright. Oh, there he is! Very pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna finish him off stream. When I do get around to taxidermying him, I will stream that. I'll totally stream that. So we can all learn together because I have not done a snake mount before. Let's see. I learned so. Oh, I'm so glad that you learned so much. I was anxious and excited to do this because it's something I've wanted to do for a while, and I'm glad you guys had a good time. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go put this back in the fridge. I will also be posting photos on Twitter when I get the skull done. Which probably will only take a night because my beetles are very fast. It only takes them like 2 days to do a deer skull. It's insane. But yeah, I'm gonna throw him in the fridge. So, oh my god, look at that. Look at that. It looks so nice. All right. Well, good night, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I'll see you next time. Bye.